channel, and today's video is going to be, is it a story time? But it's telling my story on my anxiety and how I got it, how long I've had it for, how it affects me, how I deal with it now. And I thought it'd be a really good idea if people didn't know I had it, and like I've just got tips on how to make it better. Obviously these are only stuff which has helped me and stuff, but yeah. So I wrote like a little list, if you want to call it, on my phone, so I will remember everything I want to include. And yeah, so without further ado, I'm just gonna jump straight in. In year 7 I was a new girl. I was out of school for like 6 months, and then I joined my school, which I'm currently at now. And I don't actually remember the month when I had my first panic attack, because I joined school in February 2015. I don't remember when this was, but I had my first panic attack on the field. I remember I was sat with 3 of my friends, and like my heart started racing. I started feeling really anxious, felt like the world was like ending. Like if you've had a panic attack, you just know how it feels. And obviously I didn't know what was happening, so straight away I got up. I just wanted to get away from everybody. I ended up trying to go to toilets, and I remember it was locked, and then as I like put my hand away from the door, my friend grabbed my hand and I was shaking, and I had no idea like what had happened or what was happening. So then 2 weeks following, I kept having panic attacks, and within 2 weeks I think like I must have had like 6. And obviously panic attacks are like the worst. I forgot to put my candle on, so I've just put it on. I kept having like panic attacks and stuff, and I kept feeling really down. I had no idea what was going on. So my mum took me to doctors, because obviously like I was new, I didn't need the stress of having panic attacks as well. And taken to doctors, and also my doctor is incredible. Like I see him about all my illnesses, he knows me really well. So straight away he was able to diagnose me, and yeah, I got diagnosed 2015 with anxiety and also panic attacks. And then year 9 was a really rough year for me. I had social anxiety. I literally never wanted to go to school. I've always enjoyed school. Like I would never be that person who wouldn't want to go to school. I used to think of it as fun, because like there's no stress in the younger years. Like I just really liked going to school, but I never wanted to go to school. I never wanted to go out, but I didn't know it was social anxiety at the time. And my granddad come to stay, well not come to stay, he come to visit, and he said about going out for a meal. And I remember freaking out. I was thinking like, in my head I was thinking like, you can't go out. I don't know what it was, but I was thinking if I go out, like it wasn't even something bad was gonna happen. I just was telling myself, don't go out, you can't go out. Also like I dreaded lessons. There was one lesson in particular which was my science class, and I don't know why, but I used to have panic attacks every single science lesson. Obviously science lesson is a core subject, so you'd have that near enough every day. Yeah, I used to have like a panic attack every single science lesson. And Rosa was the biggest sweetheart, and every single time I'd have one, she would come out. It would only be Rosa who I would want. Nobody else could make me feel better. I didn't feel embarrassed about the whole panic attack, like freaking out. I didn't feel embarrassed. Like I don't know, I felt most comfortable with her. So like I never even told her to like leave. Like she literally could have seen the back of me, she would have followed me. Really don't know what I would have done without her, because I was so low. She was missing lessons. Like she would leave, because obviously it used to be in the middle of lessons. She used to leave as well. She got into so many arguments with the teacher, because my teacher kept trying to stop her, and Rose wouldn't even care. Also as well, I was in a really like toxic relationship. It just wasn't the happiest. That really didn't help with like anxiety as well, because like I used to put up with things which I wouldn't ever put up with now. And even my friends used to be like, Indy, why are you letting that treat you like that? I can't remember where I got up to because my mum interrupted. Yeah, I can't remember what I was saying. Like I used to really isolate myself. I wouldn't talk to new people, not new people, but like people I've never spoken to before. In year 10, at the very beginning of year 10, I went on holiday, and that really like changed perspective of things, and I was talking to new people all the time without worrying. And that holiday really made me think like I'm actually like, I was so happy, and I was like, is this what it feels like to be happy? Because I'm like, also year 10 was so good. Like my lessons, all my lessons had my friends in. I didn't have no drama. Like honestly year 10 was really good. Yeah, I started enjoying school, and yeah, like my anxiety was, I don't really remember much in year 10 about my anxiety. Well, I didn't really talk about year 11, but now my anxiety is very on and off. I've had lots of stress this year, But with my anxiety, it gets triggered. Like if something bad happens, then I can go into a really low mood and it can be for weeks. My anxiety gets really bad if I'm on my period. I noticed it the other day also. The night before my period, I literally had a breakdown. I was like freaking out, and then the next day I come on my period, but like it wasn't like I was obviously hormonal, but it was my anxiety as well. Crowded areas, they're not for me. Being a sixth form, I've realised, because I don't know if this is the same for every sixth form, but you have a common room, and it's just, if you don't go sixth form, if you're in a younger year, basically you go to this room if you don't have lessons and you stay in there, and obviously you've got year 12, year 13, and it's not a big room, especially in my school, it's not a big room at all. When I go Westfield, obviously it's a mall, so like it's all enclosed, and then by the end of the day I will be getting stressed out or irritated because of like how crammed it is, and also like the hotness, not having any fresh air. Like I'll be really stressed out, and I notice this in Westfield. If I go London, not so much, but if I go Westfield, I get stressed out. But yeah, these are the tips which help me when I feel down. First one is cry if needed. Don't ever hold in your tears, because like I've done it. I feel like everyone's done it. Like it's all for staying strong, but at the same time, don't ever hold in your tears. It will literally just make you feel worse, and when you break down, it will be huge. This is another favourite thing for me to do: have a nap. If I'm ever upset, straight away I will draw my blinds, shut my curtains, I will go sleep. You can't think about your problems if you're asleep, but then there's oversleeping, which I did a lot of last year. I mean, I couldn't do nothing else, if you know what I mean. Some people say it's really bad, but you can't help it. But yeah, sleep. Also, listen to your favourite songs. For me, if I'm upset, I listen to musicals, because obviously they're really upbeat, and obviously I love musicals myself. Also, another one which is similar to this is singing. Obviously it's not going to be for everybody, but for me personally, like if I'm upset, if I'm down, I will go into the bathroom, I'll put karaoke on. I'm making myself sound like a saddo, but I will sing, because like I do like singing, and it releases something, and then when I walk back into my room, I'm calm. Also, watch something to isolate your brain from your thoughts. If you're ever upset, if you're watching something, you're going to be concentrating on what's happening. There's no point staying on your phone. Like if you're upset, don't go on your phone, because I was upset the other day, and then I saw something on my phone, and then that set me off. Next one is go have a bath and a cup of tea if you're like me. I know some people who are like me and love cup of teas. This one is so important, because like I said at the beginning, you should never keep anything inside, and should always talk to express your feelings, because I know it, like you can feel so lonely if you don't want to talk to somebody, and I'm so lucky to have friends who will always be there to listen, and who will never get bored of your problems, because I know some people can be like that. Also, like talk to a teacher. Like there's a teacher at my school who I will always go to if there's a problem, or if I need to rant. Or yeah, that is my video. I wanted to do this video because even though it was like a sad, not sad topic, I'm not trying to get empathy at all. I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't like a challenge or one of those videos, but I just wanted to, because I know a handful, well probably more, but like I know a few people who do watch my videos and who do suffer with mental health. I wanted people to also know about my mental health and know that I do have anxiety, because the worst thing is if you're close to somebody and they don't understand your mental health, but they don't care to understand it. It's a different story if you don't understand it, but it's a whole different story if they aren't interested into knowing your mental health. Cut them off, because I've done it and I'm here. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I hope it's not too long. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you in some sort of way. Like I said, I'm always here if anybody does need me. I am also a human being, even though I do make videos. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like my videos, then subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.